Hey guys, it's LpsHoney and welcome back to a new video. 2024 LPS are less than 2 months away, given that they release in January, but still the Roblox game comes out next month with an official release date now on their TikTok. Time is literally flying towards these new LPS and I think we're all super excited to see what they look like. If you saw my most recent video, I actually redesigned one of their new LPS molds, the LPS axolotl. I had some great responses from you guys, so thanks so much. I know not everyone liked it, but you guys were really polite in the comments giving your opinions and everything. So thank you so much to everyone who watched that video, and just the reception I got was cool. But that LPS is not what we're here to discuss today. Today we are here to discuss the first LPS Moth, plus a few more molds. So without further ado, let me introduce you all to the first flocked LpsHoney moth. Ta-da! Okay, I want some honest opinions. What do y'all think of this moth? Okay, he's flocked. He's got the glossy eyes. He has the little pattern on the back like a moth usually does. The little antennas. What do you guys think? We all know I've done some stinker customs in the past, but would you believe me if I said I made this moth? That's right, unfortunately he isn't a new Basic Fun mold or even an old Hasbro mold. He is a completely original design by yours truly. Yep, I couldn't wait for the new LPS, so I kind of just started making my own. And this moth is honestly one of my proudest creations. It's honestly kind of hard to show you all these details at this angle, so I'll insert some clips of like a better view of his design. But this was a custom I made over the last couple weeks. It took me a little while because there was a lot of modeling I had to do with clay, kind of like air drying clay. Not really, I don't know how to describe it. It's called green stuff. It's made from miniature models. So if you know what that is, that's what I used. I actually used a dragonfly base to create this custom. I chopped off his wings and his booty and sculpted on new ones using this green stuff. And then I also sculpted on some little antennas. After that, I of course went ahead and painted him, but then I decided to flock this pet. And if you don't know what that is, it might sound a bit sus the way I'm saying it, but flocking is a powder. It is kind of like a fuzzy type of material that you can put on different items to give it that soft feel, and that's what I used to make this moth because there are flocked LPS in the past that Hasbro's made. Here's a side-by-side with undoubtedly one of the most popular and well-known flocked LPS, this short-haired cat here. A lot of people just call him fuzzy LPS, which I'm going to do for the rest of this video. I just wanted to let you guys know what the material actually was. So that's what this moth was inspired by, these fuzzy pets that have this soft touch to them that make them really cool and unique. I hadn't really seen many, if any, LPS customs online that utilize this fuzzy technique, so I really wanted to give it a go. It was a bit challenging because this was my first time using it, but one thing that I think I did really good was the bubble head. Hasbro's fuzzy LPS usually don't have a bubble head. They're quite stiff, they can still turn, but they don't bubble. However, because I used an already bubbly headed LPS, I was able to keep the bubble on my moth. The fuzz on my moth does feel slightly different to the official Hasbro version, but it gives the same kind of look, and honestly it isn't that different in feel, and I've kind of noticed my moth doesn't collect dust as bad as the official Hasbro ones do, and that could be because I used a different fuzz or flock, or because I sealed it differently to how the official LPS are. I'm not 100% sure. So there is my little moth, but I also mentioned at the beginning of this video that I had created some other new molds as well. Now, these other new molds weren't entirely created by me, and I will let you know all the details behind them, but I wanted to start off with my moth because it is the most important one to me. I think it's one of the best customs I've ever made because it looks like an LPS. I asked so many family members who aren't super knowledgeable on LPS and that didn't know that a moth didn't existed what they thought of this pet, and so many of them thought that this was already a real mold. So I felt really like accomplished and excited about that. And of course, I hope you guys like it as well. So please do let me know what you think in the comments down below. I plan to make more fuzzy LPS in the future of some already existing molds, but also some new molds as well that don't exist in the LPS world. And speaking of molds that don't currently exist, let's take a look at this LPS mammoth. Or LPS inspired mammoth, I should say, because this isn't made with an official mold. This is actually a 3D printed LPS. If you saw a few months ago, I did a video on this very mammoth, but that was the old print that I used. Here he is actually for a little side-by-side comparison. As you can see, a lot has changed. My painting's gotten better, but also my sculpting. I gave him a little cherry nose and also a sculpted on tail, and also made the head wider. Subtle changes, but when you compare them side by side, it really does make a difference to how believable of an LPS it looks. Both of these inspired LPS were made using a 3D printer using filament. The original mold here on the right was created by this user online. However, this one on the left, we used the original mold but actually modified it. My boyfriend was actually the one to modify it in a 3D modeling software. He's the one who made the head wider and just kind of smoothed out the base in general. And that's not to take a dig at this starting base, because it is hard to 3D model these kind of things. We just took it upon ourselves to kind of edit it a bit to make it more LPS realistic. So, mammoths. They don't exist in the LPS world. We definitely have elephants, which are adorable, but I'd love to see some mammoths and other prehistoric animals from Basic Fun. So I decided to give the mammoth another go and make this little guy. Like I said, some of these parts are sculpted on with that green stuff modeling clay, and that is his nose and his little tail at the back. The tusks and the whole body is 3D printed, and then the ice cream on his head is actually an LPS accessory, which I partially painted and glued down. I personally would just love to see some prehistoric animals brought into the LPS world, and I think this mammoth is a good representation of how Basic Fun could do that. Obviously, this one is banana split themed, so it would look more realistic and quite different to my design, because I made a cherry on the nose and ice cream on the head and bananas for tusks. But a more like traditional looking mammoth would be amazing in the LPS community. Seeing as we already have a saber-toothed tiger mold, it's not that much of a far-fetch to get other like Ice Age animals. You could have some dodo birds, mammoths, I mean the whole Ice Age cast at that point. The possibilities are kinda endless. And obviously the Ice Age animals don't have to be the limit. Basic Fun could also do a line of animals that have gone extinct in the last few years, such as the Tasmanian devil, to name one. I think it would just be really cool to get these animals in LPS form, because we have so many repeats of already existing animals, which is great, don't get me wrong, the color variety is always great, but it would be cool to see some new molds of pets that are no longer on the earth. And that is a perfect segue into the next animal, which does not exist in the LpsHoney Pet Shop world, and that is dinosaurs. So this is another LPS inspired animal that is not an official LPS custom. This is another 3D model by this user here. Once again, my boyfriend and I downloaded it and then put it into a 3D modeling software and slightly edited it. The changes we made were pretty much just making the whole body wider, because the original model was super skinny, and from forward onwards it just looked a bit odd. I mean, he still looks super goofy to be honest, but it's better than it originally was. But this is my adaptation of what a dinosaur LPS could possibly be. There are no dinosaur pets, but if I'm correct, Basic Fun did mention it at LPS Con as being a possibility. I could be wrong in saying that, so if anybody who went to LPS Con knows whether or not Basic Fun did mention that, please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm a bit like scarce on information from LPS Con and what was officially said. I feel like there definitely is a demand for dinosaurs, and Basic Fun did listen to the axolotl demand, so it wouldn't be surprising if they eventually do release some dinosaurs. So I guess you guys could kind of take this pet as a look into what Basic Fun could possibly do. Obviously my custom has more realistic eyes, so it wouldn't look anything like this, but seeing a dinosaur mold would be amazing. Also, this guy is teeny tiny. We purposely scaled him down to be a little baby dinosaur. So here he is next to a husky LPS. So I forgot to do a size comparison with our mammoth, who is definitely a big pet, and that's kind of to be expected because, you know, he's a mammoth, he's gonna be big. Pets like these are just some of the ideas I would love to see Basic Fun do. Obviously, they're going to be releasing new pets. They've already teased the axolotl, and somebody slipped up and leaked this dog breed, so there's already 2 new pets on the way. On top of that, we have tons of old molds being released, and we haven't even had our first look at the main 5 yet, which I'm sure are going to be amazing. But I don't know, I'd love to see Basic Fun do things like dinosaurs, or Ice Age animals, extinct species, or even brings back some of the gimmicks like fuzzy pets, glass-eyed pets, etc. As much as we all hate on Hasbro for what they did to our beloved G2 pets, they were definitely creative back in their heyday with the kind of concepts they had, and I'd love to see Basic Fun bring that back for the community. I feel like they definitely have already, but it would be so cool to see so much more from them in the future. Basic Fun's definitely involved with the community, and for that I definitely have my hopes high, but I just wanted to show off some of the customs I've been doing to kind of hopefully give some inspiration to Basic Fun and get your guys' opinion on them as well, because these are pets I would love to see come to life. Obviously not identical to the way I've done them, but in some kind of form would be amazing. Basic Fun could also venture into collaborations. They're already working with Roblox, so what's stopping them from working with, say, Sanrio? This is my Pom Pom Purin inspired dachshund, and who knows, maybe Basic Fun could bring us some cool crossover pets. And we already have fairies, so why not venture into outer space and create some alien inspired pets on top of that? These kind of ideas are a bit more far-fetched, and that's why I didn't really put them in the main ideas of future LPS designs. But I just wanted to pose a possible idea to Basic Fun. You know, you never know. But really, this whole video idea stems from my little moth. As amazing as it would be to see Ice Age animals, dinosaurs, aliens, crossovers, all that, realistically, Basic Fun's probably going to stick to alive current animals and bugs and everything like that. And so I would love to see moths and Shiba Inus and crows. There's a lot of real animals that LPS have yet to venture into, so it would be really cool to see Basic Fun do that the way they've been already doing it with the axolotl. Another pet I'd really love to see is a capybara. They did make a G4 version, but it wasn't received that well, and I think a G2 version would be absolutely amazing. But please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I don't really know what I'd class this video as, but I definitely wanted to show off some of my newer custom ideas and basically open the conversation up to you guys. I'm not going to sit here and inflate my ego and be like, hey, Basic Fun, you should definitely make my moth pet. Because as cool as that would be, realistically, they're going to stick with their design team, and hey, it's working for them. But I do really hope they venture into the pets and bugs that they haven't done, like moths, Shiba Inus, capybaras, at least a G2 version, crows. Like, there's so many animals out there that people would love to see an LPS version of, and I'm really hopeful and excited that they will do that. And I guess this is just my interpretation of what that could possibly be like. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of my moth. If you guys want, I can definitely do a custom tutorial on how I did him with the flocking powder. I probably won't make another moth just like that, but I definitely want to make more LPS with the fuzzy stuff. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd like to see, and maybe I can give you guys a tutorial on how to do it yourself. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and just enjoyed listening to me ramble on a bit about LPS designs I'd like to see and concepts I'd like to see, and I hope you liked my customs. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you soon with a new horror themed video very, very soon. Ow. Ignore that, please. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye guys!